We live? I don't know. I can't tell. What's up, YouTube? It's my first live stream coming off the top, off the dome, off the lick. I figure live stream's fun because I get to talk off the dome. Typically, I actually end up not making too many like YouTube videos because my thoughts aren't like so concise. Like I have to worry about how I'm gonna format the video, what style I'm gonna like place it in and whatnot. And I figure for this type of video, I'm just gonna do an unboxing. I think unboxing is kind of like a boring type of content, anyways, unless you rattling off the top like this. And so in my case, I think this is pretty cool. I think it's gonna be pretty cool because what we gonna do is oh, I forgot to set it off of private. How do I do this? I'm trying to let the people see. Know what I'm talking about? I'm trying to let the people see. How you do this? Public. That's what it is, man. That's what it is. So it's public now. It says public now. I don't know if that's going to revert it into this. So I'm going to start over. What's up, YouTube? Coming off the top, off the dome, off the lick, on my first YouTube stream. I find that making YouTube videos is kind of stressful sometimes. I got to think about what I'm going to say, how I'm going to say it, in what order am I going to say it, type of thing. And so I figured a live stream probably like a healthier way to go about it, I feel like. And this kind of better format for what I'm planning on doing today, which is an unboxing. It's not really going to be a review type of video. I mean, it could be, but we'll see. So today I'm going to be talking about the what I got right here. I got it right here. I got the Warrior Mini 3 X2. I have it in cracked brass, and I've also got it in the forest green gradient. And so I'm gonna open these. I'm open this one, actually. I'm gonna tell y'all what I think about this. It's gonna be like a first impressions type of thing. I actually got two of them because I was actually planning on gifting the pair of these, but to two different people, but I've decided to actually gift something else. I'm gonna actually keep this because right now what I'm rocking is the Warrior Mini 2. This is my pocket carry. I love the Warrior Mini 2. It's been my pocket carry since it came out. Maybe like, how long has it been? Like two years? 2 years? Something like that. Every day in my pocket. I mean, of course, I switch out once in a while. I switch out the different flashlights and whatnot, but typically the one I end up gravitating to the most, that ends up in my pocket the most, is going to be the Warrior Mini 2. And I like this because it's your typical, it's not even your typical flashlight. This is what I want to see in a flashlight, I would say. So this is the standard, I should say, not the typical. So it's got dual switch, front as well as back. The back is programmed. The front is going to be the typical, the 1 to on, hold to cycle, and that's going to go from low, medium, high. Off hold is moonlight, so that's the little baby mode. Double press is turbo, triple press is strobe, and so forth. And that's pretty much the rundown. That's going to be your typical front switch. The back switch is straight to turbo with a full press, or a little half baby press for a oh, can I get it on? It might be, oh, there you go. Yeah, so a little half baby press for high, full on for turbo. There you go. And so that's what I like to see, because if you pull out your pocket, you want to be able to turbo them right away. Walking, I like to just have it in my hand like this. You know, if I'm walking with my dog, I get to turbo, boom. That's all up in your face. That's bright. You don't want that in your face. And that works. It works very well. It's got a little bit of a crenulated bezel on the top. It's got a bit of a jagged crown. That's going to be for impacts and whatnot. And it is tactical. It's got like some grippies on it. It's got a reversible pocket clip. And it's reversible in that you can put it this way, you can put it that way, and you can also put it on the front end of it if you wanted to top carry it for some reason, which I don't. I carry it this way. light down. And I'm gonna be opening his Big Brother today. So why I like this one over some other flashlights is because it has the sensor, proximity sensor. So if you got it in your pocket, you got it on. Because I've had this happen to me actually, almost in my new backpack right there. I had one of my flashlights on in it. I see this whole number coming through my backpack, and I'm like, oh, that's on. So I go and turn it off, and it damn near burned a hole in my backpack. Luckily, I had a foam piece underneath, just happened to be where my flashlight was, and that caught the brunt of the burn, and so that was a little frightening to me. But this one has a proximity sensor. Right there. That's the proximity sensor, and that's gonna let the light know that if it's too close to a surface, it actually automatically dims it. Let's see if it's gonna do it. It automatically dims it, and then it also it's not dimming it right now, but it's supposed to turn. I've tried it, and it does work. When it's on in a pocket, it'll let it know that it's on, and it will stop within 1 minute. I think it's supposed to take 1 minute for it to stop. So that's pretty cool. So the new one is gonna be. I don't think it's too much difference. Supposedly, it's supposed to be a little bit brighter. It's not. It's like the same amount of brightness. This one was 1850, I believe, lumens. This one is. This is 1750. That sounds lower, but we'll see. Well, maybe Candela's higher. Right. Actually, I like that it lists it now on the box. It says the Candela, whereas it used to not. Oh, it's backwards anyways. You're not gonna see that, but good on you, Olight. It shows the Candela. So I'm actually gonna be keeping this one as limited edition brass. So I'll leave it. But I'm actually open this one. Before I open this, I'm talking about the gifting. Why I wanted to. I was originally gonna gift these two to my college roommates. I hadn't seen them in a long time, but I got mad love for them. They was real accommodating to me when I had met them as a youngin and all that, and vice versa. And so I wanted to give them a little something they can be safe with. So they're not too into EDC. If you into EDC like me, you already know what's the king of safety, self-defense, utility, all that. Easy to carry, discreet, don't look crazy. You know my thing, I don't look crazy. That's the thing. A flashlight. You point a flashlight at somebody, no one's gonna be, it's a flashlight. It's a flashlight. You put a flashlight out your pocket. What? This was on. See? That's what I'm talking about. No safety sensor, but it was on moonlight. It was on the lightest thing. I don't know how long it was on. I just went to dinner. I don't know how long it was on. And so I wanted to gift them something nice, like a flashlight. But this tactical flashlight might be a little aggressive for them. I mean, it's cute to look at. You know what's not aggressive, though? You know what's not aggressive is the Arcfeld. The Arcfeld from Olight. So I actually had both of the old models. I had the both of them turn on. I had the UV light one as well as the laser pointer one. And so I like them both. I like them both so much, and I had so many thoughts about like, man, why don't they just make one that has 3? They did. It's the Arcfeld Pro, and I actually got that for Christmas. I had put it on my wish list. Thank you, Katrina and Nathan. Thank you, but I think I had put it on orange, but they got me the green one. That's okay. I have a green one. I actually have a green one already, the OD green, which I love. I love the green color. And I actually had the pinwheel gunmetal one for this. If you notice, actually it is a little bit different. There's a Roku Fire Stick. That's what it looked like. I didn't make the design. It looked cool. It's unimposing, and it looked real sleek. And so this actually has been my idea. I actually want to gift these two to my college roommates now instead of the Warrior Mini 3s. I don't know how much they're going to appreciate these ones, but these ones are nice and cute and small, very user-friendly, and they got the cool accoutrements to them. They have the UV light as well as the green light, or green laser. And so I'm going to let them pick. You like the UV more? I'm going to sell them on both of them. You want the UV more? You're the UV one. I'm not going to tell them that one's older than the other one. So what the difference is between these two models actually is the older one, which is the green light one, does not have a reversible clip. This is the older one. Doesn't have a reversible clip. Right there. Whereas this one, using my face as a backdrop, but this one does have the reversible clip. This one also does, if you notice, has the texturing on the end to give it a little more grip. I don't know how much fighting you gonna be doing with these things. They don't got no crenulated bezel or nothing like that. It just looked normal. And it also, for the old one, it doesn't have the deep carry pocket clip. I ain't gonna tell them that. This one look cooler, and it's a UV light. I'm gonna sell them on it too. I'm not trying to make one look better than the other, whatever. So it's gonna be up to them to choose. But I don't need this one or this one because now I have this one. And so the ArcFeld Pro, as opposed to the ArcFeld 1 or 2, it's got light. Oh, it's got light. It's got the green laser, which is real strong. It's a lot. Everything is stronger on this one than on these two because it is, like I said, bigger flashlight. I assume it uses a bigger battery. And it's also got the UV function. So it's got all three in one. It's got the deep carry pocket clip with a reversible clip, and it's also got the texturing on the sides. And so I don't need the other two. I wanted to have it in orange if I did get it, so I wouldn't need to replace this one. I got two green ones. I especially don't need this one now. And so these two will be gifts. They will be gifts, and I hope they enjoy them because they are nice, cute, pocketable, expensive flashlights. And I think they like it. I mean, they're probably not expecting me to give them no gifts, right? But, like, you know, men don't really give each other gifts, I suppose. But it's like, I love that. My boys, I'll give them some. And so they will have the added advantage over the ArcFeld Pro, over the 3, because like for the Warrior Mini 2 and many other flashlights that I like to look for, this is the user interface that I like to look for, is, of course, like I said, it's the on and off and the back switch, but the focus with this one that is different and I would call inferior to the ArcFeld 1 and 2 is that the double press to turbo, that is on the green light. The double press to turbo and the triple press to strobe, which is present on this, is lacking in this. And how that differs is that when you access the 2-button press on the ArcFeld Pro, it puts you to strobe, and that is really undesirable to me. Conversely, contributively, the triple press brings you to turbo. And so, what's up with that, Olight? Why did you change things up? I don't know about you, but for me, I always want to look for turbo first. I don't want to have to think about pressing it 3 times because I have no other flashlight that does that. In a pinch, it's going to go to turbo. It's going to press it 2 times, it's going to go to turbo, which is okay. It's slightly disorienting, but it's really not. Like, if you ever looked at a strobe flashlight, you can look straight through it unless you got epilepsy, unless your attacker has got epilepsy or they suffer from seizures, something like that. But otherwise, I would always want to access the turbo faster in less presses than I would want the strobe. So that's a little weird. Olight, I don't know why y'all did that. Y'all could have not done that. I don't think anybody asked for that change. I wonder if it can be programmed. I might be speaking too soon. Let me know in the comments if I am. I believe people can be wrong, and that's okay. I'm not perfect. But what I will be doing is opening that Warrior Mini 3. So this, like I said, is the 2. I think size should be kind of the same, but I'm opening this bitch up. It come with a little sleek packaging. This ain't no MSNBC ASMR channel, but classic Olight packaging. This light might be a little intense. I'm gonna turn this thing down. Yeah, that might be a little better. It's a little softer now, so I'm gonna open this thing. User manual. We can't read. Olight. We can't read. I'm gonna let you know that. I ain't never read no words in my life. Oh, this is different. This is new. Normally it's in like a little iPhone style, kind of like in the front. This is clipped. It's clipped into the packaging. That's kind of cool. I guess. That's cool. It's different. It's new. Charger. Of course, I always love having more Olight chargers. They're so fun. If you don't know nothing about Olight, this little thing slaps onto the back. That's the front. It slaps onto the back of the flashlight and like that, and it just charges without having to plug it in. So that's cool. I mean, you gotta plug this in, but it's cool. It's a cool charging interface. So I'm gonna open this boy up. From the looks of it right now, it looks like it's about the same size. It's clipped onto the packaging too. Cool. They really want you to notice that that pocket clip. So right away, I can tell you the pocket clip is different from the Warrior 2. And I don't know if this is better. I don't think it is. Oh, hell no. Is this shit not reversible? I'm gonna be hot if it's not reversible. That's bad if it's not reversible. So first off, already, the pocket clip on the Warrior Mini 2 is a straight single band. That actually is going to be stronger than these two bands, which actually together have maybe about the same thickness as this one, but they're separate. So it's two different pieces. Two different pieces mean there's more surface area for it to grab onto and for it to maybe possibly fail. It might be that this exposure is too much. I might actually just turn the light. Well, now that's not bright enough. I'm gonna turn this thing on. I'm gonna just turn the low to a light as low as possible. That look okay. That look okay to me. The size is smaller. This is tip to tip. Tip to tip. It is shorter than it, which is good. Smaller is better. If it's like as strong. It looks like the sensor is hidden a little bit better, whereas this one's real big and obvious. It looks like this one's like the tiniest little itty bitty. Oh, touching the top is a lot more aggressive than this one is. So it has more points on it, and it looks like the points come to more of a sharper edge, sharper end. Also different between the two is that the Warrior Mini 2 has a plastic button to turn it on, and then the Warrior Mini 3 has a metal button, is what they advertise it. It feel kind of the same. It don't feel too different. In longevity, though, supposedly it's supposed to last longer. I haven't had the thing of the, when you touch plastic over and over, it kind of wears. I haven't had that on this one yet, and I've gotten a lot of use out of it. Let's see. I'm wondering if I need to remove the insulation. I don't think you usually do for Olights, but I will charge it. So I'm going to slap it on the charger. Oh, you can't even see it. My little desk charger right over here. Boy, you better not. So I think I do need to remove the insulation. Oh my god. Insulating film right there. So I'm gonna try it again. That's my dog right outside. Hang on. Hey Mike, what's up, girl? That's my doggy right here. I'm live streaming right now. Yeah, she didn't want to leave. Okay, that's cool. I'm also gonna do this stuff. I'm live streaming right now. Close it. What is this? Is it celery? The celery? I don't know. Let's try it out, man. Let's try it out. So these are the lows. Let's see if we don't have any. Already the low is brighter. Medium is brighter. Okay, no, I had it mixed up. Low is slightly brighter. And medium slightly brighter. It might be a battery thing though too. They look to be about the same. From what I can notice already, it looks like the Warrior Mini 3 has more of a concentrated beam, whereas the Warrior Mini 2 has a little bit more of a spreaded out beam, which is up to you. I won't say good or bad. Tactically, for a tactical flashlight, that's probably better. Having it more concentrated, you're able to get it onto someone's like face area better than if it was like that. It's going to catch more light and therefore more disorientation. The back button feels like it needs to take actually like more actualization to press. I would say it is implemented better than the 2 in that it's more of a sure press. So whereas the Warrior Mini 2, I have to kind of like, and for the half press, it feels like damn near like a full press. And then the full press is just like slightly more. Whereas the Warrior Mini 3 has more of a, like a for sure this is the half, for sure that, for sure that's the half, for sure that's the full. The back is, I can't say if I like it more or not yet. This is a little bit more pronounced. It has these 3 ridges right here, whereas this is kind of more just sleek. And it's just like that. I gotta check this out. This is the deciding factor for me. If it truly is like this, you see the notch right there. That's where the clip is supposed to go if it's on the opposite end. Vice versa, this is the clip on the back end. This one, I swear, I thought it was supposed to have it. But, my dog farting. But, I don't see it. That's bad. That's really, really bad if it doesn't. Because this, with the way it is, that sits flush in the pocket. So if I gotta pull the camera down. If I have my pocket like so, you don't see the flashlight. You see the clip, and the clip hides it squarely presently like such. Whereas, hang on. Whereas with this, if I put it in my pocket, this whole top crown is gonna show. So I ain't even gonna put it in my pocket. I'm gonna try to. Okay. I hope I didn't scratch it. Oh, look at that. There's a little. It's Warrior Mini 3. It's the Warrior. I don't know. I don't know if this supposed to go on here like that. I don't know. Like I physically got it on there, but it don't look right. Like it don't look like it's supposed to go on like that. But does it slide? Does it move? Yeah, it does. Like quite literally, I could have it on here. I may, like, cause then I don't want to carry it the bottom way down. But that's concerning. That don't really fit on there. Like it quite literally goes on top of it, but there's no recess like this. This recess that's supposed to go in there. That's supposed to go in there. This doesn't have that. So I'm gonna try to put it in my pocket. Yeah, it's about even. It's about even. And it sits in there. Yeah, it don't turn from side to side too easily, so that's good. The up and down has some wiggle though. If I do this, it does wiggle, which is bad. That's not good. Olight, what you doing? What you doing? I thought I had seen that on the website, but I thought I was wrong. I was hoping I was wrong. Ooh, I'm pretty disappointed. By all means, this works. I don't think this. I don't think this is coming off on accident. Even if there like a lot of pressure came onto it, I don't think it's coming off on accident. It's not moving from the place it is. This works. It works, but was it designed to be like that? No, no. And so that's. What are you doing, Olight? What are you doing? But I'm gonna still carry it in my pocket. It's smaller. It's lighter. It's noticeably lighter. It's noticeably lighter between the two. The forest green gradient looks pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie. But the bronze, the copper finish on this one looks really cool. I love the two. I just may still keep carrying this in my pocket. Of course, I'm gonna carry this one in my pocket too. I got green. I got a green type of day. I'm gonna wear this one, but I don't know. I don't know. Look with the patina on it though. Yeah, it's got some like scratch here and there. I think it looked really cool. Yeah, a little bit of like fraying right there. I think it looks really sick. This one though, we'll see. I really want to. Oh, like I really want to like it. But what's up with that? I don't think anyone wanted that because the thing is with the Olight Warrior Mini 1, it only gave you the option to put the pocket clip on the top like this. And so when you did pocket carry it, it looked like that sitting out of your pocket. It would be the crown coming straight up the top of it. And, ooh, my dog keep farting. But with the Warrior Mini 2, why I skipped the Warrior Mini 1, why I got the Warrior Mini 2 was because it had the pocket clip able to be put on this end. And it was a game changer for me because then for me, I'm drawing out from my pocket like so, straight into my hand like that. And that's very desirable. This, I'm going to have to get over it. I wonder actually if it has a smaller battery than the Warrior Mini 2. I'm popping both open right now because actually it's smaller in diameter as well. So this is smaller. This is it looks like it's as strong. If I was correct, this is 1850. This one's 1750. Maybe the Candel's a little bit better, but it's about if not a little bit more. This might have a full charge. This might have a little bit half of a charge, and the battery might be worn a little bit more. Let's see about the actual battery though. I'm gonna pop it open. I'm gonna pop them both open. So this one, it's still at 18650. They both utilize 18650 batteries. I think they actually had just gotten they're both 18650 batteries. I think they just got the packaging smaller though. I don't know how they managed that because actually with the Warrior Mini 2, it's already like as thin as possible as it can get. Why don't we look at both of them side by side? Yeah, they're actually as slim as possible, but this one it might be just the emitter. It might be that the two tubes that hold the batteries, I don't know which one was which now. It might be that the two tubes that hold the batteries are the same size, but it's that the emitters, oh, it is that. The crown for this one's a lot bigger, which debatably, again, might be better or worse, depending on who you are and what you're using it for, a use case. Because as a striking surface, the 2 is going to have more mass. It's going to have more mass and more weight behind it, and a bigger surface area actually might not be better for striking. And this one actually has more points of contact versus this one. So this one, the crowns are less in between than the Warrior Mini 3. So more points of contact, actually contrary to popular belief, is worse for damage dispersion. It is more different points contacting a surface rather than one sharp point. And so even having like three would concentrate your force. It would be dispersed between 3 points of contact versus that force being dispersed onto 18. And so if this one's 18, this one might be like 12 points. That's another point towards the Warrior 2. This came out at the same time, maybe like one sale after, because Olight does sales in months, maybe 1 month after the Arkfeld come out. I'm gonna press it 2 times, and then I'm gonna press it 3 times. Let's see what the outcome is. So again, with the Warrior Mini 2, the older one, same thing, 2 full brightness, 3 to strobe. Excuse me. I'm gonna press the Warrior Mini 3. 2 is turbo. Thank goodness. 3 is strobe. So I don't know. I don't know if I like it better yet. I'm gonna try it out. The design looks cool. It's smaller, more pocketable. I don't know if smaller is necessarily what I want. It's better for some people, for sure. But I wouldn't have known this unless I opened it. I can definitively say, what I can definitely for sure say is that it's not objectively better. Newer is not better in this case. Objectively, it's not like all across the board better. What I would have done if I was Olight, I know they want to make things different, but I would not have taken away the capability of being able to put that pocket clip there. Quite literally, as you can see from this video, it is able to be put on there, like quite literally. Is it designed to be on there? No, it's not. You can say like, oh, maybe they wanted to put it on the rivets of the thing, but as you can see, it's kind of just hugging it, and because it's notched in the way that it is for grip, it grips onto the little clipped end. It's not designed to do that. The grip's working. That grip is working, but the clip was not designed to do that. So that's a little bit upsetting. It's not my preferred configuration, but at least it's not like the Arkfeld Pro in where the double click no longer goes to turbo, it goes to strobe, and vice versa. The triple click goes to strobe instead of turbo. That's dumb. Y'all dumb, Olight. That's kind of silly. I mean, you probably not dumb. Y'all making a lot of money. I shouldn't call y'all dumb. That's why I'm buying your product. You selling me the product. But a little bit disappointing. That's my comparisons on the second and third. I should have had the. I do actually have the Olight Warrior Mini 1. I gotten it as a gift. Ironically, after I had gotten the 2 already. I guess someone else had gotten the 2 when they had gifted me the 1. But this is generations 1, 2, 3 of the Arkfeld. Not too much changed in between those ones. For these ones, the jump from the 1 to the 2 was fantastic. The light was about the same, but the pocket orientation implementation was much better. It came with a battery indicator light, whereas the number 1 didn't. Correct me if I'm wrong. And that might be the only difference. Oh, it came with the automatic stop motion sensor. Shane Sanders, thank you. I said earlier in the video, I had meant to check. I'm like, maybe it's programmable. I could be wrong. Thank you, Shane. Thank you. Because I need that. I can't. The 2 to strobe is ridiculous. And I just went off on a whole tangent. Having 2 clicks as opposed to 3 to hit turbo is different from any other Olight that I own. If it's programmed as such, I'm gonna take it out of my pocket. I'm gonna be caught off guard because that's not what I'm used to. But yes, I will look at that manual. Thank you again, Shane. That saves the ArcFell Pro for me. So that's, besides that, then I got no complaints about the ArcFell 3. It's bigger, like I said, between the two for the Warrior Mini 2 and the Warrior Mini 3. The newer one's smaller. Is that a plus or minus? Up to you. To me, it's, I don't care too much about that it's smaller. I prefer the mass, actually. I like that it's still an 18650 battery. It's not a smaller battery. I mean, even then, if it Olight, I mean, you can make a Warrior Mini. They have a Warrior Mini now, but they can make a Warrior Mini big, medium, Warrior Mini medium, and they could implement that having a AA size battery. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. I wouldn't mind that neither. But the ArcFeel Pro was the opposite of the Warrior Mini 2 and the Warrior Mini 3. It's got more size instead of less size. I like it more. I feel like it fits in the hand a little bit better. Shane, you said you like the 2. You like the 2 for the Warrior Mini, or you like the ArcFell 2 more? The Warrior Mini 1, I have that as well. It's downstairs in my brother's room. I like it. It's a little bit shorter too than the Warrior Mini 2. But the biggest thing that I was saying about the Warrior Mini 2 that does right is that I like that it has, as well as the front end that it comes with for the pocket clip capability, it also has the back end. Because this is the way I carry it. I like carrying it clipped down so I can pull it out of my pocket, flash if I need to. Whereas the Warrior Mini 3, it doesn't have the notches that it has in the front here present in the back like the Warrior Mini 3 does. And that's pretty upsetting. Like, I just jammed it on there. I had just thrown it on there, and it kind of works due to the notching on it of the grip. But besides that, it kind of don't work. That's my whole Olight thing. I was going to live show. I got a lot of shit on my desk. I was going to just pick things up and talk about them. I had just gotten this. This is going to be a sneak peek to a video I got in the future. If you are a painter, if you are a construction worker, whatever, painters probably, this is a threaded pole. I'm gonna bring out the threaded pole. It's a threaded pole attachment. And so what this is supposed to do is it's supposed to go onto your threaded pole as such, and you can attach attachments to it. So there's a little sneak peek right here. I was gonna make a spear video, a DIY spear video, and the problem I have with this though is that that's not straight. That thing not straight, and it engages using these little teeth right here. Right there, it uses the teeth to lock in, and so I can make it straight, but then the teeth don't fit then. And then if I knock it either too much to the left or to the right, the two sides that are adjacent to straight, both aren't straight. And I don't know about you, if I was a painter, that don't make no sense. That don't make no sense at all to me that it's not being straight. I guess this is what I wanted to do it with. This is actually really cool. It's a really cool design. This is supposed to be like a little cup with a little tensioned recess right here, and that is supposed to allow you to if I can get it out, you can just use a whole entire cup like that. And so this is just, for example, as an analog. So for example, I was thinking of making it into a spearhead. So I was gonna have just like a knife, like a fixed knife, for example. So you can slot this. This is a shovel. This is a trowel. Actually, it's like a titanium survival trowel. So I can slot that in. Look at that. Look at that. It's a cool little snug fit. I can get it on like so. And then that's going to make it real snug. And then now you have yourself kind of like a DIY spearhead. And I think that's really cool. Let's see, just imagine that. I'm safety first, you know what I mean? I'm not going to put a knife on it on camera and play around with it. I'm going to make it real safe and whatnot for viewer discretion and whatnot. But you can cinch this down, it gives it a little tension, and now you've got a little DIY spearhead. Imagine this being an actual knife at the end of this. So that'd be really cool. That was the idea. But again, it's not straight. It's not straight. So don't buy this one from Amazon. I'm not even gonna say the brand. The brand is like Foxtrot, but you know the thing is with those Amazon brands, they all from like Alibaba, AliExpress. They don't have their own OEMs, and so if you see this blue one not straight. So I actually ordered a different one that's not the same OEM, or at least it seems it's a red one, and it got a little bit different of a design. So I'm gonna try that out. Sneak peek. Spear video coming out soon-ish if I ever get around to it. I would like to do a EDC 2023 video first. I mean, it's 2024 now, but it's gonna be, how I'm gonna say it is like it's gonna be my EDC coming into 2024, because some things have changed actually in this 1 month that the year's been going on. One of those biggest things being is I'm gonna say it in 2023. I switched back over to Apple. I'm an Apple boy now. You see the Apple Watch. You see the Apple Watch. The iPhone 15. Like you already. I went back over, and so on top of that, I had in 2023. I had started the year with a Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3, which I actually do still everyday carry. I keep that as well as my iPhone. I keep one in each pocket. I go into that in my EDC video. I mean, I keep two phones on me. I switched from the Android to the iPhone because I originally had been on iPhone and I had always wanted an Android phone. I'd always wanted an Android phone because I had heard this and that about Android, and I thought about it. What am I going to be missing if I'm not on iPhone? I'm going to be a green message, whatever. You're gonna scare the hoes away with the green messages. Whatever, I got a girlfriend. You can't FaceTime on iMessage. That's okay. I have a like Google Duo or a Zoom, Skype, or whatever. You can use a third party FaceTiming thing. Like I said, I got a girlfriend, so I'm gonna be FaceTiming my girlfriend. I only got one person I'm gonna FaceTime. Babe, I'm not gonna be FaceTiming, whoever, this and that. So I don't need no FaceTime. And then I'm not going to have access to the Find My network, which is very valuable. I think there was a similar thing on the Samsung network, but of course it piggybacks off of other cell phones that do use the same thing, in which case Apple has a lot more than Android does. And so you're going to be able to find your phone in kind of more spottier places. Similar thing to that is with Tile. And so Tile uses the Tile network. And nowadays, I don't know how many people use Tile. Apple in 2022 or 2021 came out with the Apple AirTag, and that killed the Tile. The Tile was good. I like the Tile. Hey, Shane Sanders, I'll FaceTime you. I'll FaceTime you right now. Are you on FaceTime with me, actually, right now? I just can't see your face. The Apple one is objectively inferior to the Tile one in terms of capability. And so why I say that is because not that it's a worse tracker. The Tile has two-way capability, meaning that you can use the Tile to track your iPhone. You can use your iPhone to track your Tile, or your Tile to track your phone to track your Tile. It goes two ways. Whereas the Apple tracker only goes one way. You can only use the phone to track the tracker. And that was kind of a minus to me, but the Apple one does come in a little another minus for the Apple one is that it comes in a circle only, whereas the Tile is kind of cool in that it comes in a whole bunch of different shapes. So you got like the original square one that it comes in, the little tiled shape that it comes in. It comes in a card shape that you can put into your wallet, and there's also a sticker one. And so that sticker one I think is a really cool niche. I think Apple would do well to copy Tile in all of those avenues. If they made a flat Apple AirTag, that'd be really nice. if they, because then people have all these stupid looking carriers for the AirTags. They have like a phone case. Like mine already bulky as hell, but there's some people have like a phone case with an Apple AirTag cutout in it. That shit looks stupid as hell. I'm not gonna lie. And a square is a lot more appealing visually for a phone, at least in my opinion, than a circle. But the Apple AirTag does have the capability to, similarly to the Tile and the iPhone versus the Android, it piggybacks off of different networks and users that are using the same device. And so that allows you to have a lot more trackability, a lot less dead spots than its competitor. And so Contemporaries, no matter what you gonna do, is kind of gonna get eclipsed by Apple. I'm not gonna lie. And so that's why I went back to the iPhone. I didn't even talk about what was the worst thing about the Android. They're not kidding. So when I switched off of my iPhone 10 to Android, I'd been want to switch to an Android for a long time. I just never, the right phone didn't come along. I didn't know which phone to switch to, because unlike Apple, which has the one flagship phone, the Samsung, Google, I think HTC is dead actually. Those Android companies have so many phones to choose from. It's like, which one's gonna be a good one? The one I landed on was the Z Fold 3, and that's just so cool. That's just so cool. It folds out from a phone into a tablet. And so why I carry two phones? This is my video watching phone. This is my I play my mobile games on this. I take my notes on this. It's a tablet, and it is just so cool. And I used it exclusively, excuse me, for a whole year, and I liked it. I liked it a lot. I'm not gonna lie, but what I could not do with it, besides FaceTiming, besides sending blue messages, which I didn't care about. I didn't care about it personally. Some people did though, because what I did have to do was I had to remake every group chat that I was in, which was kind of a hassle for some people. Some people don't like that. Some people have the sentiment in the group chat, and they'll be, well, all of the photos was sent in that one. It had its own bag of worms. I had to reset all of my group chats. But you can't send videos, or not just videos, media. You can't send media over 300 MBs, which is little, which is like a small media file. And so you can send like 1-2 photos max. You try to send a video, it's gonna come out like a stereotypical Android video. It's gonna come out grainy, it's gonna come out low quality, like no sound, weird resolution, and it is just, you can't send videos. Like, I had so much trouble with that. I had to like exclusively send videos through third-party apps, and that degrades video quality. It's not like an AirDrop, which goes straight like through the cloud and it retains its quality 100%. It doesn't. Water break. If you watching right now, Shane, if you still there, drink some water, bro. It degrades video quality. But worse than that, you don't need to degrade the video quality. I'm going to tell you the truth. Because I had heard this before I had switched to an Android. Oh, Android cameras is cool too. You can have a good quality, maybe better than iPhone quality, camera quality on an Android. Yes, that's true. But not on every Android phone. If you want good quality Android photos, you're gonna get like a Google Pixel or something like that. That's a phone camera. That's a camera phone. This one is not a camera phone. Like, it got the 3 cameras on there, right? Don't let that deceive you. It sucks. It sucks. I'm not just gonna say it sucks. I'm gonna tell you why it sucks. The resolution for one is weird. And I say it's weird, not that like it looks weird. it is that the iPhone camera aspect ratio is across the board, right? So you're going to, like, when you send a video from an iPhone to another iPhone, you're going to receive it in the same screen's aspect ratio. The aspect ratio for that's my cat. The aspect ratio for the Samsung Galaxy is off. I don't have the exact numbers right now, but it's taller than the iPhone one. So when you receive a video on the iPhone from the Samsung, it's gonna go from like this to this, and it's gonna have black bars in the end, which is weird. Shane, let me ask you a question real quick. I ADC carry my Olight Warrior Mini 2. This has been my favorite pocket carry. I actually just opened up the 3 on stream just now, but I'm not so sure. I can't say I can confidently replace the 2 with the 3. I actually really love the 2. Besides that, I will rotate between. As of now, I was carrying the Arcfeld 1 actually over the Arcfeld 2. Even though the pocket clip and the grip situation is a little bit better, I like the green dot. I like the green dot on it. But since getting the Arcfeld 3, I've been carrying this a little bit. It's pretty cool. I like carrying this for work, for like daytime activities and whatnot. If I want to go tactical, I'm gonna be carrying this one because I just really love the interface on this. I love the ergonomics of it. I love the feel of the button presses, and I don't know if I can say the same of all of those 3 categories with the Warrior Mini 3 as of now. I'm going to turn the light up actually a little bit. I don't know if I can say I like the ergonomics. I don't know if I can say I like the button presses of the Warrior Mini 3. But if I want to go real tactical, I actually carry. This is the one I would recommend to people that want to get into a tactical flashlight, right? Because people would be asking, "Oh, what's that flashlight you carry?" I carry the Olight. They're like, "Okay, what's that? How much that cost?" I'd be like, $70, $80, like $50 something on sale. People, I'm not trying to spend $50 on a flashlight. But this one, I would recommend to those people who do want a tactical flashlight. I would recommend for them to shop on, honestly, shop on Amazon. That's not gonna hurt you. If you don't want to support Amazon, that you can shop directly from the website. There's a bunch of good ones. There's Phoenix, Through Night. This is a Through Night, by the way. Ooh, they sponsored me. I should remember what the other one's called. I gotta grab a flashlight real quick. It is the, what is that brand called? Sulfurin. Sorry, Sulfurin. Keep sending me flashlights. I love you, Sulfurin. I actually would recommend, though, the Through Night. This is the one I have. This is still an 18650 battery. It's just about as big as an 18650 would get before I start calling it kind of ridiculously sized. So also another spoiler for an upcoming video. Sulfurin actually sent me another flashlight. I chose that flashlight because it was a similar size to the. I'm gonna pull it out actually. I'll pull it out for you, Shane. I'll pull it out for you. So that one lived right here in this bag. This is the Sulfurin Contemporary, and this is the Through Night Contemporary. And so as you notice with these ones, what they don't have is, because you're going to be paying a lower price than the Olight. The Olight might be like, if you catch it on a good sale, it might be like $56, something like that. These are like $20 flashlights if you can find them on the correct sale. And so, but what they don't have is kind of the fine-tuned quality of life things that an Olight might have. So for example, like the Olight Warrior Mini 2, what I like about it is that the deep carry pocket clip lets this sit flush in my pocket. Whereas this, both of these, I'll show the Through Night for the purpose of the video. The clip is double-ended. You could put it on this. Oh, you can't actually for this flashlight. The clip ends here, and so if this is flipped, it's funny, it's kind of ironic. This is a deep carry pocket clip. Like the pocket clip is deep carry, but if it was flipped in orientation, this much of your crown is sticking out of your pocket. And so what I had done to circumvent that, because this pocket clip actually is reversible, I just turned it upside down, and actually now it sits even more flush. Not flush. It sits even deeper than the flush deep carry pocket clip of this one. This one sits even deeper in my pocket because of that. And so my pocket will end like here, and the flashlight, like the head, is invisible. You won't be able to see it. So I actually carry this one sometimes over the Warrior Mini 2, just in rotation. You know, it's all blacked out. If I'm ever blacked out, I like carrying this one because it's actually more tactical. It does lose some quality of life things that the Olight does have, like for example the two different pocket clip things, and also the biggest thing, like I said, from the Warrior Mini 1 to the Warrior Mini 2 was the presence of the automatic off proximity sensor, which that's probably what you're paying for at the end of the day, for if you want to have a higher priced tag. This one though doesn't have that, and so I have had problems with it firing in my pocket. I want to see if I can show on camera that why I do opt for this one over this one is, though it uses the same battery, it is a little bit bigger. I think the emitter is about the same, but if you look at the emitter actually on the ThruNite, it's way deeper, more recessed than the Olight 2 is, at least, because like I said, with the 2 and the 3, the 2 looks like it's more of a condensed beam, whereas the 2 is a little bit more dispersed. This one though, it shoots a laser. It is a thin cone, and so your throw with the ThruNite is crazy deep, and it shoots. I can't even do it on camera. It shoots into such a small beam that it's concentrated in when you hit turbo. And so though it might be pretty similar in lumens, this is 1850, I think. This is 2000. It is 2000 for like a $20 flashlight that uses an 18650 battery, by the way. It might be closer to like 30. It might be like 20 something, but on a good sale you can find it for like sub 30. Very good. Very good. Though it is about the same luminage, it shoots a beam that's like super concentrated, and so the throw is a lot more. I've shot this down like 2 blocks, like 3 blocks, and then it's still carrying the beam like real bright. So that's why I'll opt for this. This one specifically is the ThruNite TN12 Pro. Highly recommend. Could I say this is better than the Olight one? In some areas, yeah. I would say it's better for sure. And you just want to try out a flashlight, this is a really good one. I like this one a lot. You said the ODG Warrior 3 is yours. So ODG, if you wouldn't mind telling me, what does ODG mean? Like, O is probably Olight, right? But the word, oh, you're talking about like the not mini, the Warrior 3. That's cool. It's not really my my size preference again, but the Arcveld Pro is pretty cool. I've been liking the Arcveld Pro. What's up, Mui? Mui caught the stream. You caught it a little bit past the unboxing, but I'm gonna go through more things. But yeah, I'm a big fan of the OD green as well, Shane. No, I mess with that. I'm gonna get back on topic about my you got me on a little flashlight rant. But you asked me about my knife too. I carry different knives and different setups. My EDC knife will kind of vary. If you're talking about green, I'm gonna show you a cool one. It's in my other pair of pants actually. Also from Olight, I had actually first got into pocket knives again. Like I re-got into pocket knives through Olight, and the first one that I got was the very first one they put on the website. It was the Splint, and that one was alright. But I ended up getting this like 2 more knives right after that. I had gotten the Driver, which actually has great action. You're talking about great action. The Zilla, the Life, whatever they want to call it, the Zilla. Oh, that was a bad one. The action on it is crazy. Like This is a big. If you're familiar with the Civivi Praxis, it's bigger than the Praxis. This is a fat knife. But look at that action. That is smooth. This O-Knife is a they kind of making some good knives. So I'd say with this one, the pocket clip, as you can see, it's a little bent out. I did that on purpose. I had bent it out because it was so like pressed down before. I had to bend it out a little bit. I bent it out a little bit. It works perfectly well. I've been enjoying having the Zilla in my pocket. Yeah, this is the. I mess with the olive green too, with that OD green. I mess with the OD green, but the action on it is really, really good on the Zilla. I like it a lot. Besides that, in my pocket right now, I'm carrying the. I got it like all the way up in my pocket. I have a fixed knife actually. I carry it with an ulti clip. I carry the Shivworks, clinch pick, I think is what it's called. But I like to have that there because it's a fixed knife in my right pocket. I can just boop. It's real quick grab. I don't have to deploy it. Whereas like if I had pulled out the Zilla from I gotta pull it out and then whip it out like that before it's ready. Whereas the other one, I pull it out and right to action. Yeah, O-Knife is great. O-Knife is great. They're actually they're made by Kaiser, or the OEM by Kaiser. So if you know anything about Kaiser good. So this is another one. I don't know if it also is OEM by Kaiser because unlike the Zilla, this is marked with the O-Knife trademark brand, whereas this one is branded Olight. And if you might know, because I don't, they might have different OEMs. This is the Sentry. This is not a pocket knife in that, like, not that you can't pocket it and not that it's not a knife. It's not meant for, I guess, self-defense or hard-duty tasks. This is supposed to be a kitchen knife. If you know anything about kitchen knives, they're supposed to be a lot more slender and a lot more thin, a lot more slicey, which is good and bad, too, for self-defense. This is even bigger than the Zilla, just by size comparison. And the action is just as good. Like, for this big old, like, it's supposed to be it's supposed to be. Ooh, did my audio just disconnect? I don't know. My computer just says something weird. But the action on this is really good too. Like it's really, really good. And so this is from O-Knife. This is the O-Life. This is the Sentry R1. They just made a different one, the R2, and I heard it wasn't as good. I don't know if this is made by Kaiser as well. This one is made by Kaiser. Both really good knives. Both from it's like Dongguan USA if you actually want to look at their their company's name, but it's made by Olight. Both of these are made by Olight. But yeah, it is a big ass knife. Yeah, but it's again not meant to be like a pocketed knife, though you totally could because it does have a deep carry pocket clip as well. You totally could keep it as that. I was talking about the phones and just Apple in general, because then I am of the type where, boo, Apple, it's so popular, everyone likes it, right? So from what actually made me switch back to an iPhone was, like I said, I was carrying the Samsung for like a good year. I was struggling. I use Snapchat a lot, so I would be sending people Snapchats. They'd be sending, why is your aspect ratio weird? Why does your camera quality suck? Why are your messages green? Well, why can't you FaceTime me? Or like, why can't you send me a video? And I'm like, I ran into that too many times. It was real frustrating. Again, with the aspect ratio for the closed screen, it's going to be longer than the iPhone camera aspect ratio is. Opening it up doesn't really help it much because the opened aspect ratio it's not more weird, but it's also going to be a little bit flatter because it's going to be wider in ratio to the Apple one. And so that made me switch. But what actually made me switch is I still had an Android at the time. I had decided against my better will to get into smartwatches because I had been getting into watches for a little bit. Water break. Cheers. Cheers, boys. Yeah, bro, that Snapchat, it's that Snapchat quality. it ain't what's behind the camera, and not my fault that the aspect ratio be putting whatever the content of the photo is. Not my fault. Um, I had gotten a Garmin watch when it was on sale on Amazon. I had gotten like the Garmin Phoenix 7 or something like that. I forgot what it was. It was this big old Ben 10 Omnitrix looking ass watch. It was a big old thing. And I was in love with it when I got it. I was like, ooh, this watch good. It's a smart watch. It can do this. It can do that. And it costed like $2,000 retail. I had gotten it for like 1,200 or something like that. It was still really expensive out of my pocket. And I was upset because the a lot of people were telling me like, oh, you just got a new watch. Oh, that's sick. What is that? It's a smartwatch. Oh, it's a Garmin. Cool. What can it do? I tell them, oh, it can do this. It can do that. Oh, it's got this capability. They're like, an Apple Watch can do that. I'm like, I don't care what your Apple Watch can do. It's not this, right? Can it do this? Right. I'll show them something on my Garmin. Be like, yeah. It can. It can do it better, actually. And they showed me, and my brother actually let me test run his Apple Watch. And what can I say? It was better. It was better in, like, every way. Like, the picture quality was better. Like, for one, so the Apple has a full color display screen. And so that means you can have photos on there that are going to be extremely latent to your phone's camera quality. And that's good. That's good because I got background and all that, and it looks real good on my Apple Watch. Whereas like if you had photos on your Garmin watch, it looked like crap because it didn't have a full like color display on it, and it was more expensive. It was less accessible. The text messaging too, because I thought the Garmin was really cool because I was able to receive text messages. I could not reply to them though. Like it didn't give me the option to reply to them on my watch. I could look at them and see that I had gotten them. That was about it. If I got a photo, it would just say photo. It would not tell me. People told me about the Apple Watch, and I was like, this shit's good. Like this is really, really good. It's the only watch I wear now. It replaced like all my other watches because I can't take it off my wrist. It's just so good. You can take calls on it. You can send text messages on it. You can text to speech, right? You can set a timer. You just say, hey Siri, like into it. I set it off of just talking into it. So much capability, and what really did it for me though was getting the iPhone. I could text and receive messages on my phone. Like that's the biggest thing people would say about it, anyways. That it's. Yeah, you can text on it. Cool, whatever. You can be at work and you can look at your phone when you're not supposed to via your watch. What I really find the most value in for the Apple Watch is you want to be tactical too. Hands-free comms, which I found was so valuable. Because then instead of walking around like this, I walk around like this. My hand's still free to manipulate. I could be working on something. And I can speak into my phone on my wrist. And like I could be hands full. I can't pull my phone out of my pocket. I can just tap right there. I can tap it like back of my hand. I can tap with it right there. Like hello. It's really, really good. And if you got like AirPods, for example, that's hands-free comms right there. But they're not always going to be living in your ear. Speaking of those, I just stopped listening to music like completely when I had my Android phone because like I didn't have AirPods or like nothing. Like I didn't want to put in wired jack. Like I was cool just walking around, no music. I had gotten back into iPhone, and I had my old Generation 1 AirPods, and those was really breaking on me. Like I missed the wired earphones configuration of the button of the little controller that it used to have. It had an up and down button. It had a middle button for pause, one press, double click for next song, triple click for previous song. And it was missing that. The AirPods Generation 1s, just if you're familiar with those, it had the, like you tap twice against them and it has a preset like button that it would do, and so you could do it as like a pause, or you could do it as like a next song, back song, but you essentially had two buttons. You had your left ear and your right one, whatever you programmed it to. So you didn't have all the capability as you did with the controller. Just recently, in 2024 though. So in 2023, I went from having a Android to iPhone 15, and then I went from having a Garmin watch, which I returned. I got that check back because that was an expensive watch, to the Apple Watch Ultra, which is expensive too. Like, if it's between the Apple Watch Ultra and the Apple Watch, what is it, Series 4, 5, whatever, just get the Apple Watch regular. It's smaller, right? I like a big watch, so I quite enjoy the bigger size of the Ultra. Another tag point was that titanium, right? You know, your EDC guys love the titanium, right? That's why I got the iPhone 15 too. I actually got the iPhone 15 not because it was just titanium, is because it had the USB-C charging, and I have everything else. Everything else is USB-C. I mean, save for Olight. Everything else is a USB-C, and so that was a big selling point for me. So I got the iPhone 15, the 1 terabyte, because that was another one too. I was starting to run out of space on my phone. 1 terabyte though, I ain't never gonna run out of space. I ain't never gonna run out of space. So that's pretty good. And then I also got the AirPods Pro 2 this year though. So I went straight back to Apple. Apple good. I'm not gonna lie, it's good. The so story was with the, well, if I can find them on my table. The story is with the AirPods Generation 2 is that I had actually just went shooting recently. Mui, if you're still here, I just went shooting with Jeffrey. When he was still here, maybe like a week ago, week and a half maybe. I went shooting with him and his other Marine boy. My boy came back from the Marines, and he wanted to go shooking. I was like, all right, let's go. We were supposed to go eat. He had plans to go shooting with his other boy, who's also a Marine. He works at a range. He's a vet now, that dude. And so he let us in on a day that it weren't closed, or that it was closed. So it was cool. I got to shoot my shotgun that for the first time because I hadn't been able to shoot that shotgun yet. And then I got to shoot my AR that has a whole bunch of like illegal parts on it. But he said it was cool because then he worked the range, so that was cool. When we was there, I brought everything except ear and eye pros. And so I was like, oh, oops, I forgot. But they had some, so they equipped me with some. They had some really cool ear protection that I had never used before, because I know they existed. But what I had only shot with previously was just the regular ones that go over your ears and they dampen sound. But the one that they put on my head was like the electronic ones. And so that was like, whoa, this is really cool. Because you gotta plug them in. They kind of use a technology similar to I didn't do a lot of research. I did like a Google search. They use the same technology that like hearing aids use, and so what that does is it takes sound like from around you and it amplifies it, and also sounds that are too high, it dampens it. And so what I had experienced was that like gunshots and whatnot, like you hear them but they're quiet, or they're not quiet, they're just not as ear-splittingly loud, because it is pretty loud, but it also heightened all the sounds around me. So if you play Call of Duty, like it was like sound whoring but like in real life, and I was like, whoa, that's real crazy. Like I could hear people's breathing. I can hear people's footsteps. Like I was in the restroom, I was in the porta potty, I still had the things on. I hear someone like like, you know, Call of Duty, you set on the crunch sound settings, and like, yeah, I could hear someone approaching from like a good distance away. You could hear people talking like way over. And another thing that I thought was really cool, because I just happened to see this because it was happening on the day, is that it started raining on us, and I could hear the moment the rain started. I started hearing like real loud and clearly, and then as the rain picked up, it started sounding like static in my ear because it was so loud, but like, you know, still able to like hear and whatnot. I thought that was the coolest thing, because I was like, wow, like that's like Call of Duty IRL. You can set the sound settings higher, and I was like, can I get this like in real life? Like, can I like I'm not gonna walk around with like those ear protections. I don't look crazy, right? I don't know if I'm about to go like shoot something, but I asked them because I was like, oh, you guys are military dudes. I was like, is there like a civilian use case for like such technology? Right, and so Jeffrey showed me his AirPod Pro 2s. And I never put a pair of them in my ear before. I never liked them because, again, I was used to the Generation 1. These Generation 2 ones be having the little like nipples on them, the little bud things on them. I don't really like. Actually, I kind of like them more now because they actually do fit in your ear a little bit better, but they're just bad for your ear. They like can push earwax into your ear and whatnot because they fit so dang good. Well, he had put them in my ear, and he had shown me that I had like 4 different settings. One of the settings was normal, right? So it's just like if an earphone was in your ear, it's gonna like kind of dampen sound and whatnot. It's like off. And there was the sound dampening one, which was, as I'm aware, the pros. That's their main selling point. You can completely deafen sound. It's not complete. It's not complete deafening. It's pretty close though. Like it, there's a sound dampening configuration on it, and so that's really cool for if you're like in a crowded space, you're in a gym or whatever, you really try and lock in, you don't want to hear outside noises, it really blocks it out. So I tried it out in the car. He was like, oh, can you hear me? And I was like, yeah. He kept talking. He's like, can you hear me now? He flipped the thing, and I was like, whoa, like I cannot hear a thing you're saying. I'm like, that's so crazy, because like he's right there and I couldn't hear it. It really dampened out the sound. It was kind of like scary actually. Like I had used them in Costco. I went to Costco right away and I bought a pair like right away, and I just put them in my ears while I was in Costco. And yeah, it made it like I wasn't in Costco. All the things weren't rolling, all the people, it just stopped, like just silent. And so it was kind of scary even. It was like sound deprivation. Like it had like canceled all the other noise around me, which is really cool. I don't think I'd ever use it though, because like technically that's not safe. You know what I mean? It's gonna be like, well, if someone want to get the jump on you or whatever, you're not listening to nothing. And then another setting that it had 2 more settings. One is transparency, and one is adaptive. And so adaptive is what you might imagine. It is adaptive. It turns down loud sounds. It turns up quiet sounds. I actually tend to not use the adaptive. I don't use the sound dampening. I use the adaptive because with the sound dampening, for example, you could hear a jackhammer, right? Like from elsewhere, you turn on the sound dampening, that jackhammer's gone. You can't hear that jackhammer, which is good if for like that purpose. Me, I'm the type of guy that I want to know that stuff's going on around me. And so with the adaptive, it turns it down, but not enough that it mutes it. Like, so you know that jackhammer across the street's going on, but it's quiet to your ear. And so that's good. I had already used it. I'm skipping ahead a little bit. The transparency mode was the coolest thing for me. And so he was playing music for me the whole time he was doing the sound tests. And with the transparency mode, it allowed for like your music to be playing and for someone to speak to you at the same time, which I thought, like, that was crazy. Like, you could hear them with full clarity, like as if your music wasn't playing, as if you didn't have a thing in your ear. Because what it does is it also, in addition to like those military style, they're not military style, the ear protections that are like electronic, they also transmit sound, including your own voice, like back into your ear, which is what a hearing aid does. I just got into that recently because my grandmother just got hearing aids, and I was looking into the technology about it. And so when Jeffrey showed me these earbuds, I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. I'm gonna buy this shit right now. I'm gonna buy it right now. And so like the next chance I got, I went to Costco and I bought them right away. And yeah, they work really well. You can listen to music. You can hear if people are walking from behind you like a block while I'm at nighttime walking my dog and whatnot. No problem, Shane. You're not distracting me. No worries, bro. But it was good. It was good. And you can listen to music and not be unaware. Because that was my biggest thing with the AirPod Generation 1s. I was using them for as long as they had come out for like 6 years. And when I had them in my ears, I would never put two in my ears at once. Because, again, tactically, that's unsafe. Just like in general, that takes away your situational awareness. You can't hear if someone's walking up on you. You got music blasting up in your ears. So I only carried one. And so, also, it had started bugging out as of recent. I had started bringing them to work. And so, throughout a workday, I'm not going to get the chance to charge them. So I'd be wearing one at a time. So I'd be wearing one, this one dies, I put it back in its case, I grab out the other one, I put in the other one. One of the AirPods just stopped working completely. And so I was like, nah, I don't need an upgrade because I can't go with like 1 hour of music at a time. Like that kind of sucks for work because I work in construction. So I'm going to be, I need that music to get working. It goes without saying, the pros, the battery life is going to be way, way, way better than the one that came out like 7, 8 years ago. I do not like the shape. I think the weird rectangular shape looks stupid. I think it looks stupid, truthfully. I think the Generation 1 shape, sleek. That looked good. I liked how the stems look. I liked how the earbud actually looked. I don't like how these look, though they do function better. So I got a case for it because I do like to belt carry it. I'm an EDC dude. If you've seen any of my other videos, my pockets are full of things. I don't have space for AirPods, so I actually keep this on a carabiner. So that I'm gonna stand up on my chair. I actually keep this on a carabiner so I can access it like right here. I can just grab them out. I don't need to take it out of my pocket, like to take them out and put them on. I can just reach down and grab them, which is very attractive. And then when it is sideways, it elongates it instead of it being wide, so it does kind of look better. But already trying it out, it's so cool. So I already actually heard from like my cousin that like some of her girlfriends were they were wearing these because they wanted it to be like for a safety thing, because maybe she got bad hearing, right? I actually don't have bad hearing. I have like just about as good hearing as I do as if I have these on, but maybe she got bad hearing. She puts them on because it amplifies sound like around her and transmits it into the earpieces, like the Ear Pros did with the earmuffs. But those like they did more than the actual air things did. But I'm still pretty pleased with these. Like it's still very like this ain't OnlyFans. It's not my fault. Not my fault. I look good behind the camera. No, I'm playing. But yeah, I recommend these a lot. If you have like $190 to drop on this, I got it on sale. The only reason I bought these was because they're on sale. They're off sale now, actually. I had bought them on the last day they were on sale, which was like the 9th. But I had just received the AirPod Generation 3 as a gift, and I thought they were the pros. I really thought they were the pros. I was like, oh, sick! I needed new earphones because like I said, my AirPod Generation 1 was bugging out. And I put them in, and I went on my phone, and I was like, where's all the sound settings that my boy just showed me? I was like, where's all the sound settings? All the sound settings weren't there. I was like, these are some Alibaba pods. These are some Ali pods. They're not no AirPod Pros. And I looked at the box, and they actually were not AirPod Pros. I didn't know AirPod Pros were a thing. I just thought, because they had the same shape, they were long, but they're AirPods. I was like, okay, they're the same thing. They weren't the same thing. And so I actually gotten the gift receipt. I'm sorry, I didn't get the gift receipt. I still haven't returned it. I still got them. I still got them right here. So as you can see, they don't actually look the same. They don't have the buds. So these are a little different. So these are gonna be returned. And so actually when I went to Costco, these was $150. The Pros were $190. So I'm just gonna return them and pay the difference. So I'm basically paying $40 for this. Would I pay $120? Would I pay $190 for these? Maybe not. Actually, just with my iPhone 15 now that it does have USB-C, I bet there's a lot of wired options out there that have existed for years and years before Apple USB-C became a thing. I'm sure those have existed for years, and I can get a cheap one for like $20, something like that. And so I wouldn't mind that. If I didn't get gifted those AirPod 3s, I would not have bought them. But otherwise, they're really good. So in the past year, I went, no, not a flex, but iPhone 15, Apple Watch Ultra, and then AirPod 2 Pros. Don't rob me. You're not gonna, it's not gonna work. I'm gonna tell you that. He said, what's up with all the toilet paper rolls in my room? I am frugal. So actually, that one is a paper towel roll right there. That toilet paper roll by my bed, as you can assume, is for masturbation. No, it's not for what you think it is. It's for like I'm frugal, so I don't use no Kleenex. That Kleenex costs $3 a box or something like that. I don't know if I'm buying them wholesale, right? But I'm buying a bunch of toilet paper rolls. What I do with the tissue is like I throw it away, and then like how much tissue is left? Damn, girl, that's my dog. How much tissue is left, right? So I don't want to waste it. I just get like one little square. Pro money saving tip: use toilet paper for your nose, because you just dabbing it anyways. Like, it's soft enough for your butt, it's soft enough for your nose. Don't let big Kleenex fool you into paying full price for napkins, for tissues. Use the toilet paper. Shane, how's my audio, by the way? I don't hear myself. Let me know if it could be louder or quieter or whatever. I'll adjust that if you need be. But yeah, those are my recent pickups. You talking about masturbation? Super lube. It's not for masturbation. This is for lubrication. Actually, this was on sale for like $5, I think. They're normally like maybe like $8 on Amazon. If you can catch them on sale, I would recommend these. These actually have the double redundancy safety. So it's got the cap it's got a lid as well as a cap on it, on the applicator. And so why I like this is it really reminds me similarly of like a Tide to Go stick, but it's like a lubrication to go stick. So I'm gonna go back on the OnlyFans. I'm stand up real quick. So what I carry on my hip is a little pocket organizer in one of the pen slots. I don't carry a pen in the pen slots. I carry that Super Lube because then one, it has a pocket clip. I wouldn't rely on it though, because I actually have had it break on me. Like this is like my third one that I had repurchased. The clip is real flimsy. I wouldn't recommend it. And if it's too much pressure, it just pops the top off. And so I had found it like on like multiple different occasions of like, this is in my pocket, this is on the ground, and I hadn't even known it had dropped. I had just walk. I look down. That's my lid to the Super Lube. And Murphy's Law is that if you allow for a bad thing to happen, the bad thing will happen. And so I had just let that happen one too many times. One of the days, the lid never came back to me. The lid was just gone. It was just, I had taken it out of my thing, and I was like, oh, it's not there no more. But it did still have the yellow tip on it, which is nice. I had walked around with it, though, and like the very next day of not having the cap on it, the actual whole thing, like the tip and all, snapped off, and it was just like the tube out like that. I didn't throw it away or nothing though, because again, I'm frugal. I save money. I took that thing that no longer had a lid on it. I know I wasn't gonna carry it no more, but I put it into if you're familiar with Choco Baby, the brand of little candies. My girl likes those ones. Of the little chocolates, just put it in a little tube of that, and it keeps it safe. And I still use it. But it's really good for lubrication. I believe something like this is pretty necessary for kits. Like, you know, you traveling and whatnot. I like putting it in kits because you have something that doesn't move quite right. Metal, rubbing against metal, you need lubrication for it. And I would really recommend this brand, Super Lube. It lube good. It lube good. Another sneak peek for my video though, I had gotten sent a couple of flashlights from Sofirin, which I did like. I actually got to choose which ones I wanted to get sent to me out of like a list, and I this one I had gotten because I was wondering if it would beat out the through night that I had already had, and it doesn't. So this is about the same size, but if you might notice, it's it's bigger diameter for sure. And so the reason being is because, and I didn't know until I had gotten it in my hands, it uses a 21500 battery instead of an 18650. And so I was like, oh, it uses a bigger battery. Is it stronger? It's not stronger. It was weaker than the through night, and the what's the word? The UI, the user interface, was way worse. So for this, it looks exactly the same. It has the really pronounced click button actualization, which I actually do really like. Listen to that. I love the tactile feeling of the actual button over like the Olight, for example. Olight all the way. Yes. If I'm gonna run my room right now and got out every Olight that I had, it'd be like 30 or 40 Olights. I like flashlights. I like Olight. And then if I had like, you know, the list of how many flashlights or just lights in general in my room that aren't Olight, it's like 10. I have like 10 lights that aren't Olights. I mean flashlights. There's other lights, of course, like lamps and all that stuff that don't count. I remember Olight made like their O desk lamp, and it was like $70. I'm not gonna buy that. I'm not gonna try that out. I do quite like Olight. Are you Black Diamond? I am ashamed to say I'm Diamond. I'm Diamond, so I still get pretty good perks and all that. But I've been buying Olight stuff for like 4 or 5 years, and they really got me into flashlights. They really got me back into knives, and they make good stuff, man. I'm not gonna lie. They'll talk about like, oh, don't buy that Chinese stuff. Them Chinese people making them Olights, they making some good flashlights. I'm not gonna lie. You talking about other contemporaries. I like Olight actually because they just entered the game kind of recently. And so because of that, they were able to take like patents and whatnot that have expired. I don't think they actually directly copied it or made dupes of anything. They're pretty innovative, I would say, Olight. And they're relatively pretty budget. Now, like I said, a lot of those Amazon like obscure brands like Sofirin, Through Night, Phoenix, they're even more budget. They're like $20-$30 range for really, really good flashlights. Of course, they're not going to really meet the same standard that Olights will. But I like Olight because Olight kind of reaches that like medium-high market where it's like still kind of budget, but still kind of expensive. But they meet the same standard that expensive, I'll call them legacy or like traditional flashlight brands have, such as Streamlight and Nightcore. I will say though, Streamlight and Nightcore, they for sure fulfill their niche. They They're a respected brand. They make good stuff. Their stuff is expensive. It's expensive as hell. You paying like $100 for a flashlight, and like, yeah, it's good. It's got all these qualities. Oh, it's tactical, whatever. But like, can a Olight keep up with it? Yes. Can a $20-$30 flashlight keep up with it? Yes. If you're talking about like lumens, candela, throw, you're talking about all those stuff. Yes. But it's like you get what you pay for type of thing, like I said. And so that's why I like Olight. It's a nice little middle ground, and I'm happy to pay like what I am paying for Olight stuff. I'm not really that happy to pay what I pay for Streamlight stuff. And because, like I said, they're a little bit, like, shall I say, outdated. They don't really keep up with contemporary things. Whereas, like, Olight has a lot of innovative things. Streamlight and Nightcore don't really come out with new things. And, yeah, former law enforcement, for sure. That's why I would say Streamlight, for sure. People totally, all the time, traditionally, would use those as like duty lights, right? They are strong, solid, reliable, good, bright flashlights. They are. That's no doubt about it. If my company's buying me Streamlights, I'm going to use Streamlights. If I'm going to be buying a Streamlight out of my own pocket, I might kind of not be so happy. Of course, Streamlights kind of got some things on lock. Like, for example, weapon lights. So, like, for example, my carry is I carry the can I show this on stream? I don't know if I can show it on stream. I carry the M&P Shield 6, and on that has the dinkiest little light, the TLR 6, and it's got like 100 lumens, but it's the only light that they make for this model of firearm. And if you look at holster websites, the carry options that they're gonna have for lights is like gonna be strictly Streamlight. It's just gonna be only Streamlight stuff. Whereas, like, yeah, who's making it like Streamlight, right? Like the TLR7, great. I have a TLR7 for my my 45, great. I shot my boys. Actually, when I went to the range recently, I shot my boys. He just got the SIG. He got the SIG 365 XL comp, and that had a TLR 8 on it with the red dot. Ooh, that's a good light. That's like a $200. Yeah. Don't show it. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get flagged or something like that. But it's like a $200 light. Olight though, I have the Balder Mini S, and I got that for like $50, and it's just as good as the TLR. The lumens are just as good, and the green dot on it is just as good. I will say the actualization of the button press, the TLR's got it. The Streamlight's got it. Like it's really good. I do quite like the Streamlight one. Talking about the Streamlight, what else do I got? I don't know. I don't know if I have it out, but the what was it, the TAC L1A or something like that? I have that, and that was one of the first flashlights that I gotten before I got into Olight, and I quite like that. The size of it was really good. Oh, let me see if I can get it out. Try to see if I can find it. It's in a kit. It's in a kit somewhere. Like, I'd have to dig it out. I'd probably do it for next live stream. But I really like that size, and I haven't really been able to find a good replacement for it because, again, the user interface was really, really good. It was small. It was light. It was like keychainable, though I didn't use it for that. I like the size where it's real discreet if I want to go out on like a walk or whatever. And I also live in California. I can't carry much neither. YouTube, law enforcement out there, I don't carry because it's illegal. If I were to, though, you know what I'm saying, I would carry a flashlight that would fit in a holster that I can get in California. Because you can't get a lot. You can't get a lot. I'm not going to lie. I like the size of that flashlight because it's like a fist size. It kind of, the profile disappears in your hand. I like that, and I hadn't been able to find too many that I actually liked. Because then you think about the size of the, just for comparison, maybe the i5T, or I guess the i5R now. The i5T, i3T, the AA size. And so the Streamlight one I actually liked a lot. But it uses like the 3-volt batteries, like the CR123s. And those are like the most obscure batteries. They're not the most obscure. They're not the most obscure, but it's a pretty obscure battery. And like, I don't know. So I ended up not using it because then it's not rechargeable like a lot of modern, sorry Streamlight, you're kind of just not that modern. A lot of modern flashlights have. They actually did make a newer model of the one I have. It's like the TLR, not the TLR, I'm sorry, the TAC 1A Plus or something like that. And it's the same size, except the tubing inside is like compatible with like a AAA, a AA, and the CR123s. And so I was like, oh, that's really cool. I looked into it. I'm like, oh, can I get the same flashlight but an upgraded? Like $45 on Amazon. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna buy like a $45 like AA battery flashlight. I can just have the i5T, right, which is just as good. You're talking about like a really, really good flashlight. You're talking about a good AA flashlight. I like the this is the one, but it's not too tactical. You live in Bakersfield. I live in sunny San Francisco. I live in SF's where I live, so it's probably I can't carry stuff. This is the Pokelit AA, so it's actually kind of got the exact. I have a lanyard on it. I normally don't carry lanyards on my stuff, but I found that it was like so slick and so small, it's actually falling out of my hand like just walking. So I actually do like to have the wrist strap on it. This, I would say, is kind of like an Olight clone almost of like the i5R. It's really, really reminiscent of it. It's actually a little bit smaller and it also uses a AA. But this is like, it's really, really bright. But the only thing is the user interface is not that good. This shares the same problem that many of this size AA flashlight has, is that it has a weird user interface. And so I've seen some like Ace Beam. I'm thinking of Ace Beam. I got like 2 other Ace Beam flashlights that do this. So it to cycle instead of like holding or whatnot or double tapping, it's and that's why I like the Olight one. Just double tap brings you to the brightest setting. This one is it has memory. It stays on the setting that it's going to be on, but if you turn it on and then off, that's what changes the setting. And so as you can see, the jump from the low to the mediums is really big, and then the medium to the high is not super big. So like I would have made the lumen disparity a little bit different if I were designing the flashlight. And then the thing is too, besides the UI, the only thing that it's got for it is that it's really stinking bright. It's really bright. But like if you're, so why I am a proponent for flashlights for self-defense. Say you're in a fist fight. You might throw something, flash, right? You didn't even see that on the camera. Flash that. But if you're doing it with this, you're gonna on off. Oh, that's not bright. And that's the problem you're going to run into with that. And then the other thing that I was going to say about the actual lighting situation of the Pokelit is that it's really wide. Because as you can see for this, the depth of the emitter actually isn't that deep. And so it's a good dog walking light. When I walk my dog, I like to bring this one out sometimes. Of course, I just carry like the Warrior instead. But this is a really stinking bright light. I would actually kind of you blind now? Sorry about that. Hi Griffin. Hi. Welcome to the stream. I actually would not be carrying this one. I actually did like the size though. of this one. This is the Shane I was telling you. This is the another one of the Sophirian offerings they had sent me. This is what I want from that size. And so this is the like little handheld size. It's about the same. It's about the same length, but it's of course it's gonna be way thicker because this one actually does. It's like the smallest flashlight that I have ever seen that actually still uses the 18650 battery. Actually, the Warrior Mini 3 actually does come pretty close. The newer one, it does come pretty close, but it's a little bit wider. But this is better. Oh, and I was saying about the Through Night and the Sophirian 2, the less ridges on the crown actually lends to better surface ratio of surface area to impact, and so it has less different points to disperse force against. So that's what makes that crenulated bezel better. Not too many of this size. I've never seen any like these ones, these AA battery ones, have a crenulated bezel. This is a still 18650, so it's got some girth, it's got some mass to it. And this one does have that. And yeah, Shane, you hit it. It has that weird memory mode, and then it's like a circle beam pattern. Exactly. You said everything I said. This one though, it doesn't have the front button emitter. It still has the back. I actually quite like this. It's reminiscent of like the electronic ones, though it's still like an actualization of a press. And this one has the same qualities that I do want in a tactical flashlight. It has the press to on, double to turbo, and then triple to strobe. And for Griffin, I'm gonna put the dog on the camera. This is Lang Mui. What's up, girl? Woo. What's up, girl? She's my streaming buddy. She helping me out with the stream. She does the analytics and the censorship and whatnot. So you better make sure you're not saying nothing wrong. She gonna get you on camera. This was, again, sneak peek. This is going to be on a video that I'm going to do about the flashlights that they did send me. They have some good stuff. Shane, I'm telling you, just go check out the stuff when I put them out, because it's like, yeah, I know people like their stream lights and their night cores. And now Olight did break into that market a lot. She is knocked out. They've broken into that market a lot. I'd say these ones are really up and coming because they are really strong, really affordable, cheap option. And the thing is, if you were bringing, so I work in construction. It's a little bit different from like if you law enforcement, you're on duty, you're not dropping your stuff nowhere. But like construction, things are coming out of my pockets a lot. They're going this and there. If I lost a $20, $30 flashlight, like big deal. If you lose your like $100, $200 Streamlight flashlight, if I lost it, I'm gonna be upset. I'm gonna empty everybody's pockets, make sure no one got my Streamlight. And so that's the benefit to that. But of course, there's always a use case for a nice premium flashlight. I'm thinking about different options. Oh, I had forgotten. I was talking about the PokeLit. So this is also really cool because I got this for like $20. It is like the brightest for this size. So if you're talking about like min-maxing, you're talking about like the best in class of like size, weight, use, and battery, or like AA size battery. This is the one. This is the AA. My top pick for AA. But if you're talking about like little size, that one's reminiscent to the Aurora. So I actually think the Aurora A1 is best in class for what it does for this size for keychain one. Because I'm not gonna lie, Olight makes some really good ones. I really do like these ones. But the thing is, they're not one-handable. I mean, they are. Like I could do it with some finesse, but I don't think I'd call it a true one-handed. And you're also not able to activate it at a push. You're not able to just turn it on. And the Rovivon, what they do bad, Rovivon, is their memory option, their user interface is trash. I would say it's really, really bad. So for example, to quick on for this is hold. is hold. To turn it on is double press. To turn it off is hold. That's really strange to me. And then I think so double press to on, and then hold to cycle while it's on. No, it's not. It's press to cycle while it's on. And so that's kind of weird. That's kind of weird. But for this size, this is like 600 lumens in this little size USB charging. And that, I don't know. So sometimes I walk out, I don't have my things in my pocket. I have my keys. I make sure I still have my I have a little blade on there, and I have the flashlight on there, and that's really important to me to have a good backup flashlight. This one never leaves my keys. It's the one that stays in my pocket, and it's a bright flashlight, and it's like $20. And so I think a lot about value as well when I'm buying the things, because yes, not to I see you legend status. I see you legend status, and that almost legend status, and that's cool. I actually like that a lot, because they do, and see, you can give them some input, because they do ask for your input at that stage of status, and it might be easy for one to be like, oh, new flashlight came out, Olight, I'm gonna buy that right now, but you know, I still on a budget. I'm big on my budget things, and so I always try to look at those. Like I said, the Ozark Trail flashlight. Yeah, Ozark Trail makes some good stuff. They make some good pocket knives and multi-tools as well. Off topic. While I got my keys in my hand, this is something I don't know how like into self-defense, tactical, whatnot you are. You said you law enforcement, Shane, but you if you're familiar with the old adage of the, you know, people walking home, you don't got nothing in your self-defense, you have keys, you put your keys balled up in your fist like this. I actually stumbled upon this on accident with my own key configuration. I had my flashlight in my hand like so, and then my keys and my knife on my key just kind of fell into my hand like so. This, I'm gonna make a video on this too. This is that but upgraded, so you still gonna be able to swing, you know, with that, but you won't have the flashlight on there as well as it's not really one-handed, but you could figure it out, as well as the knife on there. And this is the Yuka from old Knife as well. So it's my little pocket opener thing. But yeah, little keychain knife. It's the only one I've actually found that's like as sturdy as it is, that has an actual lock for this size on Olight. And again, Olight, I don't know if it's the same as the Kaiser manufacturer and whatnot. I like the Olight donut design. Yeah, it's cute. It's cute. I like that one a lot too. Limited edition. You know, they don't got that no more. And then the little ones, yeah, the little ones are cute as well. I like those as well. But yeah, this was a celery. I didn't buy this. This was a celery. I don't know where this came from. My brother had given it to me to give it to the doggy. So I'm gonna end the stream with that. I've been on here for a minute, but I'm gonna give it a little celery. I'm out on the Olight Facebook group. I don't use Facebook. I see it all the time. I get emails all the time. Join the Facebook group, do the giveaways, do the share your photos, and I'm like, dang, I would if I had Facebook, but I don't use Facebook. That's the thing. Like they got some good stuff, giveaways and whatnot. I'm gonna do a giveaway myself right now. I'm gonna give away this celery. Emily, girl, you want this? Here, go get it. Good girl. She like eating people food. I try not to give her too much people food though. All right, I appreciate all of my 3 viewers on stream. I appreciate that. Shane, it was nice talking with you. Griffin as well. I'm not sure when's the next time I'm gonna live stream. I don't be too much on live stream. You can always comment on my YouTube videos though, and I'll be right there. I read my comments and whatnot. I may not look like it. I just don't respond to the haters. But yeah, right on, bro. Appreciate your time, and yeah, enjoy. Have a good night.